Hey everyone, and welcome back to my Minecraft. So today I'm going to show you guys a little bit of something that I have been working on in the end area. I have decided that I wanted to make a XP farm, and as many of you know, the fastest way to do an XP farm is to do an Ender farm. So I've already made it, I've already built it. I was doing it purely mostly out of memory. I did have to look up, to make sure how high for the fall and stuff to make sure everything's like a one hit and done kind of thing. Um, I had also I needed to make sure how big the platform was supposed to be. But besides that, most of it was pretty much from memory. Um, so yeah, so Augustus is gonna sit here and he's gonna be helping me. We're gonna try and get the Endermite into the farm. So we'll see how that goes. But when we get in, I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys what everything looks like. Okay, so first things first is I made a lot of stuff spawn proof. I also have a space for farming, and I've got that all built. I think I showed a little bit of it in my last video, but now is the time to get the Enderman or Endermite in place so that we can actually get the farm going. I did put this a little bit farther out than what I would normally do, just because I wanted to make sure that the spawn was really good. So I'm gonna get into this, and we're gonna see if we can't get the Endermite in. Okay, so I think Augustus was from back up top, but I was able to get my stuff, so yay! Now to get back up there and try again. Now it's not working super fast, but we've got the Endermite up there, and it's working. Just takes a little bit for it to build up, so I'm even getting all the XP, even though Augustus is killing them. So at least we got it good. We got it for the most part done. It's good to go. Just not as fast as one would, I guess, expect. I would think that it would go a little bit faster than that, but we are on Bedrock, and well, you know how Bedrock can be sometimes. But they all should be one hit dead. So there's at least that. Yay! Another farm done. See, this is what happens when I make something. See, the Endermite died. I didn't do it right. I messed up. I made a mistake. That's just my normal thing, apparently. like when your boyfriend has to fix your redstone. Okay, so I've been super, super busy building things, and I was trying to work on this by myself, and I had it going, and then it stopped going, and so now Augustus has to get it figured out for me. But on other side notes, I have done a lot of work. I have moved all of the trees that do not need to be here anymore. I've been planting a lot more dark oak, which looks like it's been farmed a lot. I also did some ceiling work. I have two new ceilings in over here. Looks like someone went ahead and added some copper detailing. I've also been working on the ballroom, which not it's coming by not too bad. Let me go ahead. There we go. So yeah, got ourselves some nice music. Then we're getting everything filled in here. I've been just doing a lot of resources and farming, so yeah, I better get back to helping him. Okay, well, I helped Augustus a little bit. I grabbed a few things that he needed, but we're still not done because I had to take half of it apart and move it up. I had apparently put them too close, so hoppers were picking up things that they weren't supposed to hop. So that's been moved. Now just waiting for Augustus to get back on and show me what all I've done wrong. This is not necessarily what it's going to look like when it's completely done. I do have some decorative ideas. I was just trying to get kind of an idea for the imagery inside the head. Um, so yeah, but I have been figuring, we did find something else out. There was an update to the Omni tool and stuff, the pack that we have with that. And in order for the tree capacitor, right, or capitator, sorry, to kill the leaves, you have to go into a setting and actually turn it on. We didn't realize that it had changed, and I've been running around in panic mode trying to harvest lots of trees for our big tree. So, yeah, I guess I get to now play catch up. Okay, so I thought I would show you guys something else that I have been working on. Um, it was originally supposed to be just Vampy working on this, but she had come to me and expressed some concern about she didn't know how to fill the space. The scale of everything and stuff. So I made the kitchen area, well, the cooking area. So this is your standard, old-fashioned cooking space. Don't mind all the decorations and everything else. Augustus even put up some logs to make it look like there's meat over a fire. We have the drain pit area for, blood or whatever else. And you got a cooking spot there. You got a cooking spot over there. And this spot, we're going to be putting a cauldron in. You got the chain that's already there. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Something else that has been worked on. Vampy, Phoenix, and Augustus finally joined me for a little bit more of some fun. Augustus was still working on that. Still has to get the redstone done. Vampy has been working out here, getting us a nice entryway with all the nice little flowers, nice pathway, making sure that it's spawn proof, all that fun stuff. She's also built these towers here to kind of help with entrance, exit, and mob control. So, haha, I got in. So yeah, she's even got ladders that go all the way up to the top. Crouch just to get in and out. But she's still working on that. I did I still have some dark oak trees out here, but most of them are gone because we have a good amount of wood resources already ready to go for this build. I did mark out that's about where the tree branches are going to start at the bottom, roughly. So that's kind of what's marked out there to give it a little bit more zest, I guess you could call it. And then Augustus decided he wanted to play. So yeah, and as you guys can see, ships and boats are finally being added to the port. Um, I went ahead and did all of this little shopping district area and got it going and started for the most part. And so Phoenix came in and started popping in. You know, you've got your little fishery boats, you've got your bigger ones, and he's working on one right out there too. Just not right this second. Another thing that has also been accomplished is I have made a spot for the villagers that we are going to have here. Excuse me. Because for all of these workstations that we're going to be having set up around here, we're going to have villagers. So it's going to be looking like your normal everyday shop. So that's at most that's gotten done. Got that ship out here going. So yeah, we've been doing quite a bit. Um, I did add on a little bit to, well, Augustus added the copper up top here. I did add a little bit up on the ballroom for now. I am getting Augustus's help with trying to figure out how we're going to do the ceiling for this. Because we want it to be medieval, but we also want it to look nice and, you know, still kind of have character. Don't mind the coughing in the background. That's my cat. Um, she gets worked up easy. So this is what it looks like right now. I'm trying to find a way to have it look like the ceiling's still being supported, but still we want to keep some height to it. So that's something that's going on. I did have white here, and I decided that I was going to change it. I did not like the white. It was too shiny for this room. But I am going to keep the red in there. So there is that. But I figured I would start my hand at getting all the decal and decor set up. Those blocks right there are actually in this pattern. If you put two of the brick half slabs together, that's what it looks like. So I went ahead and used that all the way around. I kind of like it. I think it looks neat the way that it's set up. So yeah, I've got resources getting gathered up to try and get this room done. We've just got so much that we're working on. I'm all over the place, and I'm still having the problem. My controller is starting to do the drift, where 1 minute I'm fine, the next minute I'm spinning. So hopefully I can get a new controller soon. Make sure if you guys would like to feel free, check out my info on my profile. I do have a Cash App on there if you guys would like to help with that. Times are a bit tough right now, so I might not be able to get a controller for a while. So yeah, but see, there I go, I'm spinning. All right, so I also got a horse for myself, and I found one for Augustus. I don't like how many, it's got lower hearts and stuff. It's also not as good as a jumper. as mine. um, so yeah, so, and his, oh, nope, I said that. Yeah, his is only like a 1 or maybe 2 block. So we're gonna have to work on some things with him and see if we can't get something better. But I've still got a lot of bricks and everything to transfer. This is another thing that I'm still keeping up on is I get done with them, transfer them to here, load up more, and I'm just constantly, I've got so many projects. I keep getting picked on because I'm all over the place. Nobody knows what I'm doing next. And there's just so much to do, so I can't help it. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to work here and see how much more I can achieve. Okay, so I did some organizing. I minimized everything as much as I could, put as much as I could into shulkers, and got everything down. So everything's all cleared up. I'm still got the stone moving along. Right now it's raining. I was currently working on planting more trees and getting ready to start on the big tree. I'm also planning on working on a wall here for our gate fenceway area. Um, so yeah, I've been pretty busy. I also went through the whole upstairs, and there is some rooms with windows, some without, just because of the structure itself. But I've got bedrooms shape shifted out. Um, need to look at this really quick. Okay, so I still need to do some more base border trim there too, possibly. I know I was waiting a little bit on some of this front, because I was waiting for Augustus to do his design, decor stuff that he was working on. Um, but yeah, for the most part, I've got bedrooms all measured out. Just need to get doors and everything in place and get bedrooms put together. So I was working on that. That took me quite a while to take care of. But besides that, it's mostly been resource farming. I also went and got this to Fortune 3 mending and efficiency, so I no longer have to wait for anyone else. Why is there... You come here. I don't know why he was so far away and how he got detached, but that was a bit weird. I've never seen a horse detach themselves like that. Um, don't mind my phone going off in the background. But yeah, so I've been working pretty hard. Um, a lot of it was the organization, and a lot of it's also been farming all of these trees, constantly trying to make room, and also trying to get enough wood for getting that done. So I know I've got to get a lot of these taken down. And thankfully, Augustus figured out the tree capacitor issue. There was an update that had happened that now requires you to manually turn on the leaf destroyer. So that is something that made me extremely happy. Because I wasn't enjoying running back and forth forever, waiting for trees, when I could simply just destroy a tree, wait for the leaves to fall, and be done. So, yeah. But I've got quite a bit more work to do, and I'm going to keep going and try and get as much as I can done. Okay, so I haven't been able to record in a few days, and a lot of that is because our internet is currently having issues. It's a county-wide issue, something about they had to replace the thermal shielding, and now we have to wait for like a week for it to warm back up in time, or for it to warm back up so that it doesn't interfere. I don't know how that stuff works. I don't know. So, anyways, I have been working in between everything, getting my hustle on here. The biggest thing that I just got done finishing up, which is going to be the last thing that I'm going to worry about today, is I did some landscaping on the front of the castle, and started adding a wall. Now, in my next video, I will get the wall a little bit more detailed and show you guys a little bit more, but this is kind of what we're working with right now. Um, I haven't done any color palettes, shadings. This was Augustus' attempt. He already knows he needs to redo those. He still hasn't, but he'll get there. But I, yeah, I'll get to the shading parts. I'll get to all of that. It's just not gonna happen right this second because all of this, and everything else took me hours. And that's an understatement. Um, Landscaping is not something for the faint of heart, that is for sure. So they're terraforming, whatever you want to call it. Um, but yeah, so I did all of that and um, added different things, got rid of some things, sectioned things off, and I've just been really working pretty hard at this. But anyways, I am going to give you guys more of an update in the next video. I think this one has been, uh, as I was saying, I think this one has been plenty long enough. I keep hitting the wrong buttons, and I am getting fatigued from all of the terraforming and everything I've had to do in the past few days. So I'm exhausted. So I'm going to take a break from Minecraft for a little bit, give myself some breathing air, and in the next video, hopefully we have a little bit more detailed, decal, you know, that fun stuff. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.